Virgo, hi, welcome to your read. Today we're going to use the Spirit Animal Oracle and we're going to use the regular tarot decks. We're going to do Celtic Cross with my favorite cards from Prisma. And we're going to check out your energies, see what's going on for you in this read. So, by the way, Virgo, I do personal readings. So if you're interested in a personal read, reach out to me over Instagram. Now, if you email me, I might get back to you, but it might be a while. So your best chance is through Instagram. And the reason I do that is because you can set up the appointment there and you can just video chat from there. We can, boom, right in your living room, you got your tarot card reader. So, that's how you go about doing that. I also do astrology birth chart, so if you would like that, send me your questions, your date of birth, the time, the place of birth, and I take a snapshot of the sky, and I tell you about your strengths, your weaknesses, spirituality, work, what kind of worker you are, love relationships, why you're not connecting to the right sort of people. Maybe it's something that you're off balance. Maybe it's something you have to fulfill with work. Maybe something you have to fulfill with family, that type of thing. So anyways, that's just enough for the service. I'm done advertising. So let's get to your read, Virgo. Virgo. So the last couple reads we had for you, Virgo, we had things about a lot of introspecting. The first card that comes out to me right away for your, intuitive download here is that Hermit card. That Hermit card is kind of like what you've been going through since August. And I think spiritually and on terms of how you meet relationships in the middle and that type of thing, I think this is a time where you're kind of like in the middle of a bridge. So, and it's a kind of a wobbly, scary type of bridge for you, possibly. You hear that beat? Maybe I'm right. I think you guys are in the middle of kind of like a shaky type of situation, or one way, and I don't think necessarily going back the way you came is bad. I don't necessarily think just going one way and forward is bad. I think you have an ultimate choice there, Virgo. Okay, and I feel like we're done shuffling here, so let's see what the cards have to say. So your general energy here is the Seven of Wands. There could be a competitive element going on right now. But I feel like this competitive element could be related to work. It could be related to things going on inside of the work environment. It could be related to your relationships, right? We'll see what that's about. The challenge here is the Eight of Chalices. And what do we have here? Supporting the read is the Four of Wands, something stable, balance. You're trying to create balance in your life. Three of Wands was in the past. You definitely took a step off that bridge. We were talking about, and your strength is Queen of Pentacles. So you know what you're doing, Virgo. You do. King of Swords is in the future, and I think this is also kind of referring to going back, okay? And let's see for your suggested approach, the Strength, the Nine of Wands, the Six of Wands, and the World. First off, I want to say you have a lot of Leo cards here. You have the Strength and that Six of Wands. You also have Aquarius here. If those signs mean anything to you, I think that's a sign that this is possibly your read. So Virgo, your challenge here is that Eight of Chalice. So your challenge is not going back. That's pretty simple. But I think at this time, you're favored to go back if you want. I feel like there's a door open to whatever you left, or a situation that hasn't had the door completely shut on. So I think at this time with this challenge, if there's something that's left open when it comes to like relationships or like maybe a job you left, it's better to meet those people and tell them, I'm sorry this happened and, it's over. Or I'm sorry that this happened and, it was your fault. Because I'm perfect. I'm the perfect Virgo. I'm just kidding, guys. But I think with this card, you're challenged to make that emotional commitment to snap things off. And it does look like he is about to cross a bridge, doesn't he? It looks like he's about to go into that deep journey. And for the Virgo, you might have a similar experience for a deep journey going on in your life. And I feel like that's been going on with the tarot read. So there's a reason I brought up the last 2-3 tarot reads for the Virgo, because they all seem to kind of connect. And I feel like October's the month to finally decide. Kind of like that Indiana Jones scene where he's cutting the bridge with the machete and say, hey, this is finally over, or, you're going to come back to one side. And supporting the reads is 4 of Wands. This is you trying to find your balance. And I think that you can find your balance. It's something stable you're looking for. A marriage, I think this month you're favored to find that. To find it in a way that looks balanced, that looks healthy. And it's not just in one arena, it's in 4 arenas. It's the family arena, it's the passion arena, it's the stability, it's the money, it's everything with this card. Because it's supporting the read. And there's a lot of energy it's supporting here. And with this 3 of Wands in your past, you definitely walked away from a situation because something wasn't looking right. The problem here with this past card is, did you walk away from something and maybe now it's starting to say, oh, that was why that situation was like that. And I think you finally come to a realization by the time we've come to this read and I've uploaded this read, you have come to the realization whatever was in the past was cut out for a good reason, or maybe it was cut out for a bad reason. There's 2 sets of Virgos here. The first set of Virgos walked away from something because you felt that it wasn't balanced. It wasn't giving you the stability that you need. Or maybe you weren't stable. And if you're thinking about going back, I'd say, yeah, you are favored for that at this time. Just realize that's a wobbly bridge, and that's kind of scary. If the other set of Virgos, you have this notion that moving forward with everything, and I respect that, is the ultimate answer. But both have their cautionary tale, right? The one that wants to go back may not be welcomed back. The Virgos on this other side that want to cross into the new and never look back at the old, your cautionary message here is that make sure it's balanced. Make sure that the money's there, that the love is there, that, and I know a lot of people say, hey, I don't care about the money, I just want the perfect love. My cat just howled like he's howling at the moon. What's up, buddy? You okay? No, anyways. So yeah, for the other set of Virgos is make sure, the money, the relationship, everything, the aspects of the fun aspects of the relationship, make sure it's there. Because if it's not, we just get back on the same bridge again, right? I don't think that's going to be a problem for both sets of Virgos, because your strength is Queen of Pentacles. This Queen of Pentacles has an ecosystem. She has these strawberries rotting in the background, and then she has new strawberries growing, and coins growing, and flowers growing, and the trees behind her. There's a whole ecosystem to this queen. A lot of tarot card readers miss that about this queen. My mom was an Aries, and so her favorite queen was the Queen of Wands, and she was Pisces rising, so next was Queen of Cups, right? But this was actually her favorite queen, so I know a lot about this queen. She has a whole ecosystem to her, and in traditional tarot you might see her in the art. The traditional art, there's a rabbit, there's grass, there's trees, there's all kinds of stuff going around this queen. So Virgo, at this time, you have your own ecosystem. You have what you need around you, and you allow other people to flourish around you. That's the great part about this queen. Is there the aspect of you chasing somebody? No. No, because you're inviting people into this space here. Just being you. And then here, in the future, we have the King of Swords here. So I feel like there is a pause with this king. There is a pause, but that's for a strategic planning here. You know, I feel like this is your energy more than another person's energy. But I do feel this is you, because this is your read. There's no other person here. We're doing the Virgo read for love, okay? This is you taking a pause to see what's on the other side, to gain that intellectual knowledge before you make a step. Before you cut the bridge like Indiana Jones in Temple of Doom, before you cut the bridge off, like the King of Swords here, you're trying to come up with logic, intuition, everything. You're trying to gather that strength and trying to gather that in a way where you're able to say, hey, you know, maybe I made a mistake. Or, you know, maybe it's better to just move forward. You know. And I love this art for the King of Swords because he also sort of has a ecosystem around him. And he's raising those baby chicks that grow up to be those big, giant bird monsters, whatever, giant bird monster. But he has that ecosystem to him as well, and that's the ecology going on inside your mind. Swords play on the minds. This is the master planner when it comes to the mind. He's at the top of the sword bracket. This month, you are at the top of the sword bracket, aren't you? Your suggested approach is strength. And Leo is coming up for you for some reason recently in your reads. No idea why you keep getting this card. But Leo, you know, let's think about that. Leo likes to be seen. And this is a card about being seen. And Virgo's actually the one putting her hand inside the lion's mouth. And in this one, the lion is not getting he's not getting hand-fed by the Virgo. The Virgo's actually walking away from the Leo. I'm joking because I've had Virgos walk away from me. I'm a double Leo, as you guys know. It's just kind of funny. But I do feel like, and I'm sorry to throw myself into your personal read, but that was a long time ago, okay? That was 3 years ago. But the Strength card is your energy. The things you need to know, not your energy, but the things that you need to know is to be strong. And I think that's telling you be strong because for the last 2 months here, you've been standing at a standstill and you've won those battles. Virgo, you've won those battles. Yes, you have. You have. And the fun thing about this, you know, is that you're standing still. He's still holding one wand. Out of those 9, he's holding one and he's standing there. And he's gone through the rough of it. He's gone through the battles. But he's still standing there. Now, why is this card important for what you need to know? Let me tell you a story about when I was in the military, and it was my last 3 months. I had already been to war, and I got sent to a cold weather medical training. And it was kind of like a punishment for me because I was getting out of the Navy, and you know, they said, well, you know, you don't want to get a haircut, we'll send you to cold weather medicine. So when we got to the top of the mountain for the initial training, I told the chief, yo, I quit because I'm already about to get out of the military and I've already been to Afghanistan. I was a medical corpsman for a Marine unit. And he knew that. And he says, well, I need you to do something. Go inside the tent and look at everybody inside the tent. I went inside the tent and everybody was asleep. And then I go back to the chief and I said, everyone's asleep. And he goes, yeah, you got to teach these people that when they go to war, that they might encounter death, the things you've seen. Virgo, you've seen a lot of things in the last 3 months. You need to keep standing. You need to hold your ground, and you need to affirm positively where you want to go. Hold your one stick and hold that. And do your Gandalf routine. If you do magic, if you're into the spirituality, take your stick and plant it there and say, hey, thou shalt not pass. Or I will move forward. Or I'm no longer standing on this shaky turf of two things trying to pull me in different directions here, because it's very obvious in your read. And the Six of Wands here is in your hopes and fears. You just want to be victorious. That's pretty simple. Once again, another Leo card. You want to be seen. And you want to be seen with the right image, the right passion, the right everything here. And it's also the fear for you. So the fear is that you lose here. And I already told you the story here. You're not going to lose. You're still standing. So this card is kind of void for your fears. Because if you were just listening to what I said about the Nine of Wands, there's no reason for you to fear that you're going to fail. You're going to win. And at the end of your read, you have the World card here. Very interesting card for the end of the read here. You might be dealing with long-distance relationships. You might be dealing with things that aren't emotionally connecting right now. But I feel like that's going to come to an end. An end for something better. And I feel like if it's an end where, you know, the emotions weren't connecting, that's going to end and you're going to find something new that does connect. Okay? Because we all have to go through the cycles, right? The planets are always moving. We're always moving. Just because it didn't work out with one person doesn't mean it's not going to work out with the other. And if it's a cycle of moving backwards, because this is the last card in the tarot deck, so some tarot card readers might look at this like moving backwards as well in the future here. You know, I think it's okay if you stand your ground and realize that the reason you're moving backwards is because it can be healthy and you were being supported with the Four of Wands all along. Virgo, that's been your read. I hope you enjoyed that. Oh, you know what? Let's pull you an animal oracle. I was already about to get rid of you, Virgo. Okay, we'll pull you an animal oracle card. I was already trying to get rid of the Virgos. Okay, let's see here. I'm really just trying to take my time with these reads, okay? So it's a learning process. YouTube hasn't been easy for me. But we'll see here. Yeah, the rabbit spirit. Now is a lucky time. Look at that. Like I've been saying, you've been going through this energy for months now, and it's time we kind of snip that, and it's time. I feel like you're supported by the universe here. All these things you had to go through, hello, brought to you by the universe. It's meant to end, or it's meant to start, or it's meant to go backwards. Either way you guys decide to go in this story, it's your story and you're lucky at this time. And I feel like that's going to happen here for the next month or two. Really take advantage of this when it comes to your love stories. It's a lucky time. Connect to people. Talk. You know, sometimes the best magic you can do is talking. Anyways, Virgo, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.